Talktainment Radio Worldwide Sound. Talktainmentradio.com. We give you a reason to come. The world's greatest radio. We give you a reason to stay. Radio, the way it should be heard. You got the power.
The views and opinions expressed are those of the host and guest and not necessarily those of TalkTainmentRadio.com, the management, the staff, or K&E World Network, LLC.
This is the Wellness Spot, and I'm TONYA KERRIN. Wellness is a choice, is a choice, is a choice, is a choice. Wellness is a choice. TalkTainmentRadio.com. We go where you go. The world's greatest radio. Radio the way it should be heard. And you're in touch with the Wellness Spot. And I'm Tank the Nurse. Here we are going to talk about the right oil, the right way. And before I start talking about the right oil, the right way, I've talked about essential oils a lot, and everybody knows that I'm the essential oil guru, the essential oil boss, Tank the Nurse, the oil tankster. We had a huge, I don't even say the word loss anymore because I don't think that's applicable once I've taken the conscious language course. But Gary Young passed on this weekend. And a lot of times people would say to me, what makes Young Living different? And I have to say, Gary Young is what made Young Living different. Gary was dedicated and passionate throughout. I mean, it's endless on what he gave to Young Living. When you think about an essential oil company, a lot of times people will say, oh, I can get a cheaper oil at Walmart or Target or even another essential oil company. But when you buy an oil that once you know the science behind an essential oil and you know how that oil can tune up your cells, because I want to tell you, essential oils do not heal the body, just like medication does not heal the body. Healing comes from within. And now that's a whole nother talk, a whole nother conversation. But essential oils have the ability to tune up our cells and give our cells what they need in order for our body to repair, to restore, to rebuild. So when you think about an essential oil company, you don't want an adulterated essential oil. You want an oil that when you use it, it has been harvested and distilled properly, and that all of the major, the minor, and the trace constituents have been captured and are in that oil. Because when you know that an essential oil being less than 500 atomic mass weight passes the blood-brain barrier, so it goes directly into your cells by way of the receptor sites, then you know that you want an oil that is not perfume grade, it's not food grade, it is therapeutically a pure essential oil. So with that, I wanted to talk about essential oils today. I want to talk about how do you know the right oil and how do we use it the right way. And again, so much about Gary Young and what he has done as the founder of Young Living to, you know, when I'm a fully certified care instructor for the Center of Aromatherapy Research and Education. CARE came about because of the raindrop. And the raindrop is a technique of applying essential oils to the body to help tune up and detoxify the entire body. And that's something that Gary Young went and studied with the Lakota Indians, and he was able to repair his body from a tragic fall when he was paralyzed. And you saw one of the pictures there, he was standing telling people about harvest. And one thing about Gary Young, he didn't just tell you, he was out there working. It was very hard to outwork Gary, and I would think it would be safe to say that many people never outworked Gary Young when it came to the distillation and the farms and what he did in Young Living. So that is what makes Young Living different. So when we talk about essential oils, first let me give you a little history. Essential oils are referenced in the Bible over 1,000 times. You know, a lot of people think that essential oils are new age, but they're not. They're old age revisited. Their essential oils have been around for years, from Egyptian times, from when Jesus was born. They took gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And I have the essential oil, the 12 oils of ancient scripture. And I bought the 12 oils of ancient scripture because right now we cannot get spikenard and galbanum, but they are endangered trees at this time, so no one can get any oils harvested from those plants. But when we had the 12 oils of ancient scripture, they are included. And I'll tell you a little bit about spikenard and why spikenard is such an amazing oil. But when we think about how gold and frankincense and myrrh were taken to baby Jesus, the thing that was of the most precious was the frankincense and the myrrh. So essential oils have been around. Essential oils have the properties that support the body with its natural healing process. They tune up the cells. They are more than just a pleasant smell. In biblical times, people used essential oils to support their bodies naturally. The elders were the ones that were the holders of the oils. And, you know, there's that scripture that says, if there be any sick among you, go to the elders. So that's where people went to be anointed. And when we talk about that oil, that word anoint, a lot of people only look at that word in a religious perspective, but the definition of anoint simply means to massage or to rub an oil. And when you think about the oil that they were talking about in the Bible days, olive oil was a staple. It was in every home. It was used for the lamps. It was used for bread. Essential oils were common. It wasn't anything. It's just like today, the smartphone. Young kids can pick up a smartphone and know how to use it. So everyone doesn't go into detail about technology because it's just a common thing in 2018. Essential oils were common back in biblical days. So when we think about essential oils, they were either referenced in the Bible as an aroma, as a sweet savor, as an ointment, as a balm. There's a balm in Gilead. And so there are different names that we can see were used to explain an essential oil. So essential oils were very common back in the biblical days. And if we think about it, I'm going to show you where the use of essential oils helped to explain and was very important in a lot of when the alabaster box was broken over Jesus' head. That alabaster box had spikenard and myrrh in it. And when they when she broke that box and anointed Jesus and poured that all over him, he smelled of that aroma of spikenard for days. I mean, that was over $2,000 worth of oil that was poured on him. And so everywhere that he went, he had that aroma of fulfillment. When at the on the stake, he was offered wine, a bitter wine. The reason the wine was bitter because it had myrrh in it. Myrrh was a fixative, and so myrrh was put in different things. So you see, there's a lot of history that goes with the essential oils. And the great thing is the same oils that were used in biblical days can be used today to help tune up our cells. Hyssop can be used to help support our respiratory system. Myrrh is a wonderful sunscreen and a wonderful skin oil. Queen Esther bathed in myrrh for 6 months before she went before the king. Frankincense. I always say frankincense is good from the rooter to the tutor, from your head to your toe. Anything you can apply frankincense, and it will help help the body to repair and to restore and to rebuild. So plenty, there's a lot of oils. The oils of ancient scripture, they come with the rose of Sharon or the rock rose, otherwise known as cistus oil, spikenard, galbanum, the aloes or sandalwood, very good for helping the body to build melatonin. Cedarwood, King Solomon built his temples with cedarwood. We used to have cedarwood chests. Cedarwood is helping us to be focused and alert. Cassia, and let's see, what else do we have? We have frankincense, aloes, onycha, myrtle. Myrtle is very good for supporting the thyroid system. And there's a wonderful book called The Oils, The Healing Oils of the Bible, written by Dr. David Stewart. You know, and like I said, when you think about Gary Young and all the things that have branched out from Gary's passion and his pursuit of making sure the mission of Young Living is to have essential oils in every home, because essential oils help tune up the body without any negative. They help the body physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally on all levels. There's oils that you can add to your drink, to your water. You can add oils to honey, to bread. You can take oils several different ways. Beauty school. We have an image up of beauty school, and I've had the honor to go to, the privilege to go to beauty school twice, and to be there to see how the oils can help us not only on the inside, but on the outside. Young Living has chemical-free makeup and beauty products. Gary has specifically created items for individuals. There's a lady that was at beauty school last year that had a lot of scars and was suffering from lupus and cancer, and Gary made a special cream for her, and it was just amazing to see how she was at one time giving months to live, and there she was presenting and doing well. And he went into the lab to find and create something for her. That's the passion that he had. So when you think about, again, the philosophy behind the company, that's what helps to support a company like Young Living. Plus, again, when you use an essential oil, you want to use an oil that has no synthetic, nothing added. Because oils are not FDA approved, you can put 5% of oil in a bottle and 95% of something else and say that it's a pure essential oil. So when you go to the store and you buy oils from other places, the label can say pure essential oil. But that means that it is allowed to have 95% of whatever they want to put in there and only 5% of what it says. So if it says lavender, 5% of lavender and 95% of whatever else, and I can label that body a pure 100% essential oil. Essential oils and aromatherapy help your body change. It helps people to behave differently. I can say that without any doubt and any reservations. And with saying that, it causes me to just make mention that this weekend on the 18th, we're going to have Dr. Dave Braun and Dr. Troy Amada, who are known as the ULA guys. They're two doctors that came up with a essential oil brand, and they partnered with Young Living, and it's called the ULA, Find Balance in an Unbalanced World. And they have also a women's ULA, and they have a ULA University. They will be at Easton at Barnes & Noble on the 18th. And they will be there taking pictures. You can get photos. They'll have their VW van there. You can get the sticker. And what the ULA is about is, one, it's 7 oils, and they all start with F. And they all help us to find balance in our lives. One being faith. Faith. I am grateful, I am humble, and I am fully connected. The other being fitness. I am fit, I am healthy, I am disciplined and strong. Finance. I am financially free and living abundantly. Friends. I am blessed with empowering, healthy relationships. Family. I am unconditionally loving, patient, and respectful. Field. I am pursuing my purpose in life. And last, fun. I am pursuing the joys of life. And so this is a whole set of oils called the Infused ULA Balance Kit. And it's around helping you to find that balance. It's a wonderful book, a wonderful series that you can read and enjoy and find balance in one of those areas. There's even an ULA wheel that you can go online, you can Google, and you can take the ULA test. And ULA is OOLA, ULA. ULA Balance. So again, 2 doctors that changed their life and will be here to talk about essential oils and take photos. But like I said, you can go on and Google, and you can just Google the ULA wheel, and it's a series of maybe 4 or 5 questions on each area, and it will help you see if there is an area that you are not balanced. And then the book talks about how to find balance in an unbalanced world. So let's talk about essential oils. Essential oils come from the immune system of a plant. And if you think about it, if you were to hold a plant up right here beside me, and me and the plant were side by side, you will see that there's a lot of similarities. The way the blood flows in my body and the lymphatic system flows in my body is the exact same way that the fluids flow within a plant. The plant's immune system is where the essential oil comes from. And when you distill that properly, it fits perfectly with the human body. And I always say, you know, God could have created and placed Adam and Eve anywhere, but he placed them in a garden right there with aromatherapy, you know, from the start. So when you think about how this wonderful creation is, we blow off carbon dioxide, the plants need carbon dioxide, and they give us oxygen. So it's a perfect cycle. When you ride around, especially now, we got sunshine, we got, the beautiful air. You look at plants, you don't see a lot of wounded plants, a lot of dead plants, a lot of injured plants. Plants have the ability to restore themselves, to repair. And if we use the right oil the right way, we can also help our body to tune up, to repair, and to rebuild. So it's, when you think about an essential oil, let's take lavender. If you think about lavender as an essential oil, no two bottles of lavender are the same, because lavender, number one, there's different variables. Some seasons we have a lot of rain. Some seasons we don't have any rain. Some seasons we have a lot of sunlight and some not. So there's never two bottles that are always the same. However, they will have the same compounds and constituents that make that bottle therapeutic. And that's one of the great things that, again, Gary Young was so well known for. He could smell an oil, and he could smell and tell you if it had alpha-pinene in it or 1,P menthol 8-thiol. These constituents that when you think about an essential oil and what can that oil do for you, then you think about what are the compounds within that oil. David Stewart helped us he came up with a wonderful saying, because he's good at giving us acronyms or words that can help us remember. And he said the PMS of an oil. Now, every woman and every man is familiar with PMS. We know PMS. As soon as we hear it, it sparks something in our mind. But when it comes to essential oil, it is actually PSM. What does that PSM mean? Those are compounds found in every oil. The P meaning phenols or phenylpropanoids. Easy way to say that, that's the oil, the compound in the oil that purifies the cells, cleanses them, cleanses the receptor site, goes into your body and cleans out. Then what's the M? But again, it goes S and then M. So what's the S? The S is the sesquiterpene, or instead of saying that big word, you can say stop. This is the compound in the oil that stops harmful toxins from creating damage, stops the damage from going on. Okay? These are the compounds in the oils that remove and reoxygenate at the receptor site level. Then we have the monoterpenes. What are monoterpenes? Monoterpenes, another good word for that is mend. They mend the cells. They reprogram and repair. They have the cell go back to God's blueprint of the cell. So the cell has to return to its original. So they mend the cell. And when I think about that, I think about how the PMS of an oil. So when you use an oil, David Stewart said, you could give a scientific answer, and you could ask, Tonya, what can that bottle of oil really do for me? And I can say, well, in this bottle, and I'll use the common words, are compounds that purify your cells, stop harmful toxins, and then mend your cells. So they cause your body to tune up and to restore. Or I can say the quantum physics answer, when we understand thoughts are the key to our wellness. What do you want this bottle to do for you? The amazing thing about every bottle of essential oil is that they contain carbon compounds, hydrogen compounds, and oxygen. Carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen are elements off the periodic table that make up essential oils. Some have sulfur, a very few have some nitrogen, but all essential oils are made of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. 3 amazing elements off the periodic table that make up 96% of our body. My human body is made of 96% carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. So how can we not get it that when it comes to finding something that is going to help the body, along with good eating, good water, sleep, a good spiritual life, a good attitude, some laughter, some fun, how can we see where essential oils are not the best tool that we can use for our body? Because when you use an oil, this here is one called Stress Away. If I smell this oil, within 3 seconds, it's in every cell of my body. If I rub this oil on my feet, within 20 minutes, it's in every cell of my body. Making changes, purifying, stopping harmful toxins. Almost every disease can be traced to inflammation, oxidative stress, and free radicals. And they start with our thoughts and our emotions. And the great thing about aromatherapy, when you smell an oil, you're activating your deep limbic system. By mere smelling the oil, goes in through the olfactory bulb, straight to the deep limbic system, where it goes to the seat of emotions. So, if we use essential oils and we get to our deep limbic system, which can then affect our emotions and our thoughts, we can be on our way to wellness. Like I say, choose wellness, choose life, choose health. Essential oils, your body takes what it needs, and what it doesn't need, it gets rid of. How wonderful is that? A wonderful thing. And Dr. Stewart came up with a wonderful acronym of that: carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, sulfur, and nitrogen. He said that's the chosen. You can look up anywhere and find that science confirms for life, everything needs carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, sulfur, and nitrogen. There's 22 other trace elements that we need. We need sodium and potassium and nickel and iron and iodine and a lot more. But those 5 are needed for life. And that's why Dr. Stewart helps us to say that is the chosen elements. So from that chosen, God created 20 trillion possibilities of compounds that fit our body's receptor sites perfectly and allow our bodies to tune up and to repair, to rebuild, and to restore. What an amazing thing. Dr. Stewart wrote the book, Chemistry of Essential Oils Made Simple and Made Easy. And when you think about that, on the bottom of the book, he wrote a comment. He said, God's love manifests in molecules. So when we think about the oils of the Bible, we understand that God loved us way before he created us. When day 1, day 2, day 3, and on up to day 6, everything that man needed, he supplied prior to forming Adam. So essential oils, pure essential oils that come from plants, are amazing for our bodies. And we have so many possibilities of essential oils that we can use. So the question that I picked for today is the right oil, the right way. Am I using enough oils or not? Next, are you using the right oil the right way?
Robe is an intriguing, riveting, mysterious novel written on forgiveness by Renee Smith. Order your copy today at Barnes & Noble and Amazon.com. That's The Robe by Renee Smith.
For the best home fragrance and beauty products, shop Ash Kickin online.
That's ASHKICKIN.
Made with 100% natural quality ingredients and handcrafted with your family in mind, Ash Kickin products are better than those other guys. Ash Kickin candles, incense, body butter, face moisturizer, and hair moisturizer are priced just right, and you can get yours at 10% off with coupon code TALK17. Support this 100% black-owned business and get your home and body smelling and feeling all right.
That's ASHKICKIN.
Shop Ash Kickin online at www.ashkickin.com.
Are you ready for a high school that allows you to work at a place that is right for you? Are you ready to earn a certification in healthcare, business, or manufacturing while achieving your high school diploma? Then you are ready for Life Skills High School, a free public school option for high school students 16 to 21 years old. Learn more about your free high school educational options at lifeskillshs.org or call them at 1-800-888-7992. Life Skills High School, education that fits your life.
I've got the water, energy bars, and camera. I think we're set for the hike.
Almost. We need to protect our skin. Don't forget your wide-brimmed hat and sunscreen.
All right. I've got the hat. I've got SPF 30. Will that work?
Yeah, anything 15 or higher is good. Just make sure it says broad spectrum.
Great. Got it. I am not getting burned again. Let's go.
Learn more at cdc.gov/cancer.
This is Al Edmondson, owner of a Cutter Brother Rest Barbershop. I'm calling on all barbers and beauticians. It's time for us to unite as one. We can serve our communities better together. Join the Ohio Black Barber Beauty Network. For more information, visit www.obbn.org or call 614-427-3226 to get more information. Be the change that you want to see in your community. Join our network.
If you or someone you know is abusing drugs and or alcohol and want to stop the abuse, contact APDS at 1409 East Livingston Avenue. Office hours are 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily and 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday. APDS is certified by the Ohio Department of Mental Health and Addiction Services and primarily funded through the Adam H. Board. Fees are based on your income and Medicaid is always accepted. For more information, call 614-253-4448.
Every year, June marks the beginning of two busy seasons, summer and wedding season. If you are legally changing your name, you need to apply for a replacement Social Security card reflecting your new name. This is easier to fix now when you first change your name than years from now when you retire. So go to our website at www.socialsecurity.gov/SS number or call us at 1-800-772-1213, TTY 1-800-325-0778 to find out what specific documents you need to change your name and apply for a replacement card.
Live call-in talk show. Dial 1-877-932-9766 and join the conversation here on TalkTimidRadio.com.
TalkTainmentRadio.com. We go where you go. Check us out at YouTube, Talktainment Radio, the wellness spot. And there's lots of shows all in the family, different programs, but YouTube, Talktainment Radio is where you can find us at. The right oil, the right way. What is the right oil? Quantum physics says the right oil is any oil. What do you want that oil to do for you? When we think about our thoughts and we think about our emotions, that every disease can be traced to a thought and emotion. You know, one time I believe I mentioned how Eunice Ingham said that a doctor can walk into an ER and he can do a world of good with positive words. He can also do a world of bad, a lot of bad with negative. If he looks at a client or a patient and says, it's not looking good, that in and of itself has already played a great part in that person's recovery. The same with us. I've mentioned it several times on our show. Our words and our thoughts matter. When we think a thought, if it is negative, it causes a destructive and an acidic value in our cells. That's why essential oils work so well, because they can get directly into our cells by way of the receptor sites, because the atomic size is less than 500. Something like olive oil, coconut oil, almond oil, grapeseed oil, the molecules are over 1,000 AMU, so they cannot pass through the blood-brain barrier. That's why when we use them, they help to slow the absorption of an essential oil. But an essential oil, if you apply it to your skin, it soaks in and goes directly in. To help you make sense of that, when you think of something that is able to pass into the blood-brain barrier, the best way I can help you understand that is, as a nurse, if I was to give you a medicine, or if you came to the emergency room and the doctor ordered a medicine that passed the blood-brain barrier, 100% of the time you have to sign prior to getting that medicine. Prior to someone administering that medication, you have to sign, because they want you to relieve them of any consequences, because they know once that medication passes the blood-brain barrier, it can go good and it can go bad. You could have, and typically when you are given a medication that passes the blood-brain barrier, there are enormous side effects. But in this system, in this world, there's sometimes a necessary evil. When you are in trauma, in the emergency room, and it's life or death, say, for example, TPA. That's a good example. A person having a stroke, and the doctor comes out and tells the family, the person's having a stroke. We need to give them this medicine. We need you to sign and give us permission. Why? Because the person could be having a stroke that's a blockage, or they could be having a stroke that's a bleed. But the doctor cannot tell, and they do not have time to figure it out. So they're going to give them that medicine that's going to pass the blood-brain barrier and cause them to bleed and to loosen up that, and can reverse that stroke if given in the right time in the right way. But if the person has a bleed, what's it going to do? It's going to cause them to bleed more. But that's the chance you have to take when you have that person in an acute setting and life or death is imminent. But guess what? Essential oils pass the blood-brain barrier, go directly into the cells, all for the good. No negative. Now, there's a school of thought out there, the British. The British says dilute, dilute, dilute. Robert Tisserand, most things that you look up on Google come from the British school of thought, which Robert Tisserand is a big contributor to that. He's a massage therapist, and they believe every oil needs to be diluted with a carrier oil. But Robert Tisserand is a massage therapist. Not saying anything negative, just saying you have to know where you're getting your information. Robert Tisserand wrote a book, Essential Oil Safety. In that book, it tells you that they test the oils on animals. Testing oils on animals is very different than testing oils on humans. Animals' nose is far greater than our nose. Their skin is much more sensitive. So, how can you really do a good comparison if all the studies were done on animals? And the book says that. Then they will take and eliminate one element or one constituent or compound from an essential oil and test that and say that that oil is toxic. Like myrrh. Myrrh is one of the most gentle oils, high in flavonoids, very soothing to the skin, very good for the immune system. But if you listen to the British, myrrh is toxic. The same with wintergreen. But the study and the cases that they talk about is someone drinking a bottle of wintergreen. No one's going to sit and drink a bottle of wintergreen. And wintergreen is not toxic. I actually have a video out there where I gave my son a nice blend of oils to help with tooth discomfort. And wintergreen was in that. And he is doing well and happy because his tooth problem went away. So we just have to understand what school of thought are we subscribing to, and understand that if you go on the internet and you look it up, you're 9 times out of 10 you're going to get something from the British school of thought. Now the Germans believe in aromatherapy, the oil smell. How's it smell? You know, oils are good to smell, make us feel good, and that's all well and done. But the French, that is who believes in using the oils topically, inhaling the oils, digesting the oils. There are clinics where doctors can infuse the oils by IV or injection. Now that's only in medical facilities and by doctors, but we can also make suppositories for vaginal or rectal use. But essential oils, if they are not adulterated and they are therapeutic and pure, can be safe to ingest, to inhale, and to use topically. Our skin is the largest organ of the body. So anything that you apply to your skin absorbs into your body. That's why I find it funny when people go and purchase oils from Walmart or Big Lots or Target, and the bottle says, do not ingest and may be harmful to the skin. Then how is that a pure essential oil? They've already told you that that's not a pure oil, because even if you don't ingest it, if you put it on your skin, it's going directly into your body within 20 minutes. When you smell that oil, like I said earlier, within 3 seconds, it's passed through your thyroid, the pituitary, and the hypothalamus. Within 3 seconds. Within 4 hours, it's processed through your liver. And your liver, you know, it processes all of your blood every 4 minutes. So why would you put something on your skin, which is the largest organ, that you can't ingest? You shouldn't. And some of the bottles even say don't inhale. So I don't know what you're supposed to do with that oil. So, you know, it's just important, the right oil, the right way. So if you are wanting to affect emotions, then you would like to smell that oil, because then you're going to get that oil directly to the deep limbic system, the seat of emotions. the great way that I say to use an oil, like this wonderful stress away. I love to use that, keep it with me in my purse, sitting somewhere and, tension on the freeway, you're in a long line or somebody around you is getting excited. You apply that oil to your wrist, turn your wrist clockwise, and smell that oil. Inhale it for 4 seconds. Then hold it for 4 seconds. Then release it and blow it out for 4 seconds. And then hold it for 4 seconds. And when you do that, when you inhale that oil, that allows it to positively pass the blood-brain barrier. When you hold it for 4 seconds, that allows it to affect your body in a positive way. And when you blow it out, you're blowing out toxins, circulatory and respiratory. And then when you hold it that last 4 seconds, you are allowing your body to find homeostasis physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So if you are having anxiety, whatever could be going on, your body will repair. That's called 4-second breathing. 4 square breathing, 4 square breathing. In for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, and hold for 4. That can change an anxiety attack. That can change a person from being flustered. That can help with the loss of a loved one just by smelling that oil. So when you think about essential oils, I showed you the oils of the Bible. We talked a little bit about that. There's a wonderful starting kit that's called the everyday oils. Why is it called the everyday oils? Because you need to use the oils every day. Every day we are taking in toxins. It's amazing how we don't understand that the body, in order for us to have quality of life and to the body, we can, yesterday I was on a skateboard. I went for a walk yesterday, and I'm a grandma of 9, and I'm getting younger and younger and younger and younger, and I'm enjoying getting younger and younger and younger. I use frankincense and myrrh on my face every day. I use a lot of oils every day. I make my own creams. I buy other products from Young Living. They have other things besides essential oils. They have great supplements that help with the digestive system, the liver, you name it. But today I'm just going to stay on the oils. But so yesterday, where I was walking with my son in the park, and I saw a couple with skateboards, and I said, I'm going to ride those skateboards. I'm going to get me a skateboard this year. I'm 50 plus, over 52, and I said, I'm going to ride a skateboard. And I had a wonderful time. And I say that to say that you can have vitality. You can wake up happy. You do not have to wake up sad. Sometimes we wake up sad for no reason. But aromatherapy can make people behave different. Even if you don't want the essential oil for you, wear the essential oil for that other person that is negative. Because when they smell the essential oil on you, I tell people, for you to recognize a scent, like apple pie. I love to say apple pie. I don't know why, but peach cobbler, honey baked ham. For you to recognize that scent, you need 40 molecules of that aroma, and then your nose will say, that's bacon. That's apple pie. But for an essential oil to work and to start to make changes with the deep limbic system, you need 4. Can you get that? 4 molecules, and that essential oil is making changes within your cells. So that means you don't even have to smell it. Some of us have some grumpy people around us, and we might need to put some oils on a cotton ball, put it somewhere, put it under their pillow, put it in their drawer, Gary Young said put it in the underwear drawer for your husband. I don't know why he said the underwear drawer, but that's one thing I heard him say in a conference. He talked about the emotions and how he wanted to commit suicide. When he was paralyzed, he was unhappy. His family left him. And the essential oils, by way of the raindrop and by the helping him with the depression, is what changed, his life. He studied the raindrop with the Lakota Indians, and like I said, that's an application of applying the oils on the spine and on the spinal area of the feet that can help bring the body detox, tune up the cells to help repair, rebuild, and to restore. So when you think about essential oils, like I said, you should use them every day. What oil do you use, Tonya? It doesn't matter. Just grab an oil and put it on your feet. There are VitaFlex points on your feet for every organ in the body. Every part of your body is represented with your feet. Your eyes, your ears, your thyroid, your parathyroid, your brain, your right toe. In Leviticus, it says, put the oil on the right toe, on the right thumb, and on the right ear. Our ears have VitaFlex points. Our hands have VitaFlex points. Our feet. So if we apply an oil to our feet every day, we are doing something to detox free radicals, oxidative stress, and inflammation. I don't care what name you give the dis-ease or disharmony or dysfunction in your body. You can call it diabetes, you can call it cancer, you can call it heart disease, you can call it MS, you can call it whatever. It can be traced to inflammation, oxidative stress, and free radicals. You cannot eat food-like substances, can't get that word out, things that appear to be food, dead food. You cannot feed a live body dead food or food-like substances and expect the body to be in good shape after 30 or 40 years. Used to be, people started getting diagnoses when they turned 50. It's like, oh, when I turned 50, this happened, this happened, this happened. Today, and people are dying in their 30s and 40s. They're not even getting the diagnosis. They're dying. People are dropping dead. I've had in the last 6 months several people under 50, sudden heart attack, sudden stroke. Was it sudden, or was it a buildup of eating dead food, living a sedentary lifestyle, not moving, not drinking water? I am so amazed at the number of people I heard this week do not like to drink water. And I said, my son was telling me about a friend of his who said he doesn't like water and he's not going to drink water. So I said, well, then he doesn't like life. Water is life force energy. We always say 70% of your body is water, but how much of your organs is water? 83% of your kidneys is water. Your kidney is your filter. Over 70% of your liver is water. Over 70% of your lungs is water. Every organ is made up of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. The last time I checked, OH, oxygen and hydrogen, not OHIO, that's all we think about in Ohio is OHIO, but OH, oxygen and hydrogen, is the two compounds in water. They're the only two compounds in water, oxygen and hydrogen, H2O. That's two hydrogen with one oxygen. Not with electrolytes, not with food coloring, not with other substances. That's a water-like solution. That's not water. But okay, I'm supposed to be talking about essential oils. I love to talk about oils and water. So let me go back to the everyday oil kit. In that everyday oil kit, you get lemon, you get lavender, you get frankincense, you get digest, which is good for the digestive system. You get thieves, which is good for everything that can be dealing with any type of bacteria. You get citrus fresh, you get tea tree, you get lemon, which is a wonderful, we already know how good lemons are. So 1 drop of lemon oil is equivalent to 6.5 lemons. So there you have it. 1 drop of lemon oil is the same as if you sat down and ate 6.5 lemons. So you get 10 oils, and you get stress away, and you get this wonderful sample of 2 Ninja Red, and a diffuser. The Desert Mist diffuser runs for 11 hours, shuts itself off. Everyday oils. Daily use of essential oils make your body an unfriendly host to stress and to bacteria. So if my body does not like stress and bacteria, to me, that equals wellness. So what oil should I use? Pick an oil and put it on your body and see how your body likes it. Put it on your neck. Rub it on your jawline. Smell it. Wake up in the morning and just sit and breathe. I heard something the other day that the first hour of your day determines your day, and the last hour. So I'm full of energy all day. My first hour, I'm smelling oils, I'm putting oils on, I'm meditating, I'm reading my daily scripture, I'm envisioning myself doing great things and being happy. I'm making my thoughts happy. I'm using my conscious language. I'm telling my I am beautiful. I am successful. I am of divine substance. I choose. I'm using all of my conscious language in the first hour of my day. And then in the last hour of my day, I'm rubbing some more oils on my feet to get ready for a restful night, to get to REM sleep. I'm rehearsing and finding and thinking about what am I grateful for. I'm being thankful and grateful. Grateful for all that I was able to accomplish. Grateful for just, my grandchildren. Grateful for so much. The in-between of the day, there's all kind of things that come up, all kind of situations and things that we have to deal with. How do we deal with them? Do we allow ourselves to get frustrated? Sometimes. Then I grab an oil. So there's an oil, like I say, there's an oil for that. There is an oil for everything. God did not leave us without something that can help us in any situation. So we talked about the everyday oils, and we talked about the oils of the Bible. And then one last kit, there's a raindrop kit. So I tell people, if you have those 3 kits, you are ready. You're like the tank, the nurse. You're armed and dangerous. So I'm always armed and dangerous because I have all 3 of those kits. I use all of those oils. Oils make your body well. They tune up your cells. They help your body repair, rebuild, and reprogram, especially oils from Young Living. So, in tribute to Gary Young and all that he has done for Young Living and for those oil users, we take a moment of silence.